It was the dead of winter, and the small town of Millville was buried in snow. The roads were treacherous and the wind howled relentlessly, making it impossible to go outside without several layers of clothing. Despite the bitter cold, the people of Millville were a tight-knit community, and they found solace in their warm homes and the company of their loved ones. But there was one house in Millville that was different from all the others. It was an old, dilapidated mansion that had been abandoned for decades. Rumors circulated about the mansion, with some saying that it was haunted by the ghosts of its former inhabitants. Others claimed that the mansion was cursed and that anyone who entered it would meet a terrible fate. Despite the warnings, a group of teenagers decided to explore the mansion one winter evening. They had heard the rumors, but they were confident that they could handle whatever lay ahead. As they entered the mansion, they were immediately struck by the eerie silence. The floorboards creaked under their feet, and the dust-covered furniture loomed ominously in the dim light. They wandered through the various rooms, each one more decayed than the last. As they made their way up to the second floor, they heard a strange noise coming from one of the rooms. It sounded like a child's laughter, but it was distorted and unnerving. The group hesitated, but one of them, a brave girl named Lily, decided to investigate. As she opened the door, she was greeted by a scene that sent shivers down her spine. The room was filled with old toys, and at the center of it all was a ragged doll with a missing eye. But it wasn't the doll that made her heart race. It was the little girl sitting in the corner playing with the toys. The girl had a hauntingly familiar face, but Lily couldn't place it. She approached the girl, but as she got closer, the girl's face twisted into a grotesque mask of anger. "You shouldn't be here," the girl hissed. "You should leave before it's too late." Lily tried to back away, but the girl grabbed her by the wrist, her grip like iron. Suddenly, the room was filled with a blinding light, and Lily felt a searing pain in her chest. She screamed, but the sound was drowned out by the deafening roar of the wind. When she opened her eyes again, she was lying in the snow outside the mansion, her friends huddled around her. She felt a deep sense of dread, as if something had followed her out of the mansion and into the world. For weeks after the incident, Lily suffered from terrible nightmares. In them, she saw the little girl, her twisted face looming over her, and heard the strange, distorted laughter echoing in her ears. She tried to shake it off, but she knew that she would never forget what had happened in that old mansion. Years later, Lily returned to Millville, hoping to find some closure. She went back to the mansion, but found that it had been demolished. In its place was a park, filled with laughing children and happy families. It was a beautiful sight, but Lily couldn't shake the feeling that something was still lurking in the shadows, waiting to be unleashed once again.